All right, hello everybody. I've got class tonight, so I will not be spending a whole lot of time on this page for this video, because I've got other stuff I got going on. But that does mean that I should have. Let me make sure I'm on the right layer. I should have more Qbert homework videos posting soon. This is not Qbert homework, this is just my regular comics pages for fun. For funsies. And in this panel, we have Circe from Ape Legion leaving the lab after offering to Corbeau to join up with the Ape Legion. That's my take on a monkey hand. Monkey time. A monkey wearing a lab coat. Now when you have your hands going like that, your thumb is actually to the front. So you have this this area, the sort of the pinky area. So we don't have to go into a whole lot of detail. And of course he has his lab coat, and they have sort of long arms but kind of squat legs. I was looking at some of the Marvel 70s Planet of the Apes comics, which are pretty dark for the time. Maybe that was just the time, I guess. Alright, if this hand is forward, left hand forward, right arm back. That would be right foot forward. And they've got kind of like boots. We don't have to go into too much detail on the feet. Maybe we'll figure it out at some point. Far down the hall, and the way, oops, one of the ways anyways that you can show some depth in your inking is to use line weights. So use a thinner line weight the further down it is. And I think that does it. Now I was thinking about the actual corridor is not just the doorway, so the corridor is like this whole, wall that's square to us. And maybe we'll put a sign there that says something like detention, incarceration, or something. And then that means we could use that line. And that line. Let's take a look without the pencils, and we've got a general sense of some depth and, of a building going off in the distance. We could even, taking this line out, and it would complicate things or uncomplicate things a lot. And it shows the cage being not set it to the wall like a cell based on the wall. And we could use these as more bars. How does that look? I think that's a little bit stronger of a three-dimensional thing, although it looks like he has to step over like a little thing here, so I could make this down to the, initially I was thinking, kind of like on a ship or a submarine, you've got these sort of bulkhead doors, so maybe this lab is so sealed up. They've got something like that. But I think we'll just take that back out. Now, we can continue to three-dimensionalize this with making the thickness of the walls. Only gotta do one of them. Because our vantage point. And then we're gonna probably do some, like I said, I had planned on doing some shadows from this side anyways. Okay, that's fine. Now, let's take a look at where my vanishing point is right there. I think I screwed that up. Let's put it on another layer. That'll make it easier. Because we can just erase anything we don't need. Yeah, that's my initial. That's where I initially had it on the pencils. Okay, so I was thinking maybe I had second guessed myself. All right. We're going to do some sci-fi wall texturing. Sci-fi wall texturing. If you ever played City of Heroes, which by the way is back, and you end up in one of the bases, pay attention to the textures on the walls and things. That's very standard superhero type trope. Oh wait. That superhero battles are going to take place in high-tech laboratories. That's how it should be, right? I could even do like a sliding door that could opens up. It's dark in the room, so the light will be up here. The light will be out here. And we're kayfabing, we're faking the light a little bit. But that means that the shadow, if this is the light coming down, then the shadow is behind him. And I'm not a huge fan of these rays of light that I made, so I'll just take this back out, but okay, now we've thrown some lines down. We've got a sense of a high-tech laboratory of some kind. I've got a lot of dialogue that I've got to add in here. I have made a bit of a mistake here in that I didn't put these two guys on the same eye level, which I should have done. In this case, I think we're okay. I think it doesn't hurt it too badly. I think this is an example of something where if this was a Qbert class, I think I would get dinged. I think they would say, hey, make sure you keep this on the same eye level. I mean, it's in looking at it, this doesn't seem too bad, but it probably would be stronger if I did. I just don't have the room, you know? Maybe I'm being a bit lazy. I don't know. Okay. Once again, what's my standard rule of perspective? Smaller as it gets further away. So these tiles of down the hallway. There's probably a mathematical way to measure it, but we don't care about that. All right. If the darkness is out here, the light's this way, then the shadow is behind him. If you look at your floors in your house, you'll notice that floors usually have a baseboard down near the bottom. And then once again, you don't make it exactly parallel, you make it a little bit taller as it gets closer. Because we're following my fake rules of perspective. All right. All right, now we're going to do a bit of a special effect. I'm going to leave it on layer 12 for this. This is the polished floor effect. And the way the polished floor effect works is it's just vertical lines. Perfectly vertical hatching. Regardless, by the way, it's perfectly vertical regardless of the perspective. Even if the perspective is going this way off at an angle, you still draw the reflection like this. And you get this idea that it's all polished up, it's all nice. It's been recently waxed by a Ape Legion soldier. I don't know if you've ever been in the military, but we do a lot of waxing of floors. I definitely did my share of floor waxing. Starting in basic training. First time I ever used a floor waxer. Actually, that's not true. I think I actually did the floor waxer when I was in college, too. I was in college first. Working in the cafeteria. Alright. I do some trim at the corner. Alright. All of this looks okay. Let's do some more trim up here. Get a little bit wider. We're definitely faking things in here. Okay, here's where we're gonna make it a sci-fi room. You gotta put some kind of geometric shape in patterns. That might be too thick. Oops. All right. And we've got a whole corridor now. But what's going on over here? That's a problem right here. This big wide open space. We got to put something there. And I think I might have drawn myself into a hole. And here's the reason why. I've got this corridor going off at this angle, and this wall is at the wrong angle. So this should really be at the same angle. Or should it? I'm looking at this now. Thinking I broke it. All I want to do is I want to put some kind of poster or something, or, you know, maybe some equipment up here. Alright, so my perspective might be off a bit. We can fix that by making a new device. Instead of using the wall, let's hide the wall. We're no longer following the wall. Now we're doing something different. All right, let's make some kind of UNIVAC style lock-up computer. Maybe it's a locker or something. Why is it doing that? Okay, that's how it should be. It's like my rulers were off a little bit. Alright, so this new object doesn't have to follow the same rules as the other thing, as long as it's in its own perspective. It can have its own set of values. Okay, this is going to be a glass case with a computer kind of set up in it. Okay. Now to make this a glass case, I think we follow the same rules as the polished floor. Vertical lines. I might have that wrong. Does that work? I'm not sure it does. It might actually be something like this. I think it might be the other thing, yeah. Let's take all these lines out. This is the hinges. Maybe this is like some kind of interrogation equipment or something. Alright, we got almost... There we go. I think it looks okay. Now over here, I'm a lot less concerned because our speech bubbles are going to be covering up a lot of it. But this gives us a good sense of things. And also, I want to continue darkening up the left side of the panel. We'll probably have to do some kind of gradient so we see the light coming this way. Alright, this one's still dark. But it's not as dark. So this is like 90% black or 98% black. I'm not flood filling it, I'm just kind of tight hatching it. And then for this next one, it's a gray fill. Hatching is hard to get right. I'm not sure I'm doing it right here either. But it is what it is. Okay, so. And then we're gonna use smaller hatching lines as we get further towards the light. And then when we look at it, you can see it kind of fades in a little bit. I'm not saying I got it 100% right, but I got, I've got a gradient. There is a gradient there. This line is wrong. This one I don't like right here. Could put another line here. All right, now. Same deal here. Down the corridor, we have some darkness. Let's throw down our word balloons, and we're going to call this a panel. I can get ready for my other class. Recent technical pen. All right. Layer 13. We're going to call that bubbles. All right. One line gets hidden inside. Stop it. One gets hidden inside the panel border. There we go. Alright, let's throw down our white. There's one white fill, two white fills, three white fills. I've got a screw up right here because I forgot to do the tail. And that's our panel. Alright, it's a legit panel. I won't be winning any Eisner Awards. But remember, the standard is to tell the story. The standard is to tell the story. And you must never lose sight of that standard. Even if you can draw some kind of magnificent figure drawing or something. It's not what it's all about. Eyes on the prize. Okay. We can go even farther with our hatching, huh? Roy Crane, study Roy Crane. That's a great one to look at. He was a newspaper cartoonist for Buzz Sawyer. And he had a great inking hand. Milkenif as well. Milkenif a little bit beyond my... It's like telling a beginning guitarist to... You should really be looking at Eddie Van Halen. You know. Because maybe you can play Dancing in the Streets or something, but maybe you can't do those solos. No. Definitely Roy Crane, though. Definitely Roy Crane. Alright. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Stay tuned. Next video will probably be a Kubert School homework. And I will see you later.